now. So here's the interesting part of the story, right? Like round 5 is finished. Mthomisi has 4 points. I have 4 points. Manana has 4 points. And is it what's his name? Is it Robert? What's his name? I don't remember the other player, but I'll put the results up there. He's also on 4 points. So there's like how many of us on 4 points? 4 of us on 4 points. So now we're waiting to obviously for the conclusion of the game. The other junior sections have already finished playing. While we were waiting outside, this is the part of the story that is interesting. We get called. We're waiting in the hall, in fact, actually waiting for the games to end. We get called outside by Ufumi Manulele. He calls us out. He says, wait, I should have started this story differently though. Because it actually puts, but anyway, so yeah. I'll explain why I'm saying this. So yeah, so he calls us out, we go, and as we go there, I see some of the players coming out while we were there, and it's some of the players that finished with 2 points like him, right? And as they're coming out, he's like, bruh, I don't even know why you come here because this doesn't affect you in any way. But it's fine, come, I'm joking. But when he says it doesn't affect you anyway, I realize we're speaking about the prizes. So he comes and he tells us, okay, so gents, here's the thing. We obviously collected so much for the entries. We had so many entries, and we had decided that the prize structure was going to be as follows. First prize was going to be 2,000, second prize 1,000, third prize 500. But that is because we could actually include all the money, but it's like this because we have taken out some money, 100 Rand from each player to cover the Chesa player registration fee. Oh, okay. And when I said that, it's like, no, I'm actually mentioning this here so we can discuss it together and reach a conclusion that we all agree on. You see what I mean? So yeah, if we agree on one thing, we'll do. If we agree on the other, but I just want us to debate about it and come up with the conclusion that we're all happy with. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But I would like to speak, obviously. And I'm actually on this point because there were Chess South Africa is crazy because number one, normally the players registration fee used to be collected by regions, right? Like on the first tournament will be the registration tournaments where the entry fee would obviously include that 100 Rand for registration, but obviously it's 200 Rand per player for us, our senior players or adult players, and 100 Rand for the juniors. But yeah, so the entry fees normally on the first tournament would include that, and the regions will collect and then pay out on behalf of the players to Chess South Africa. But Chess South Africa this time has stated that they are collecting it directly. So players were given account numbers, there's account details that are issued out that if you want to pay, you can pay for yourself, just like arbiters are paying for themselves. Now I've already paid as an arbiter, right? So now as a player, they're saying, okay, so players also, they must pay directly to Chess South Africa. And it's so interesting, it's so funny, because you remember when, I remember there was a parent who are obviously the payers on behalf of the junior players, who tried to raise a concern directly to Chess South Africa. You've seen the emails in the video. I don't know if I'll try and link the video up here, where this parent was being told off by the president of Chess South Africa, Ander Levax, saying, you must learn to follow protocol. Like, he doesn't even focus on the concern, he doesn't even entertain the concern. He says, we've got protocol here. You go through club, region to province before it comes to national. Please follow protocol. So now, when people have complaints, they must follow protocol, right? Like, go through the proper structures. But when there's money to be collected, the structures are forgotten. We forgot about the structures. We just go directly to it's a relationship between the player and Chess South Africa now. Like if I've got an account number for Chess South Africa and I can deposit money to South Africa, I must be allowed to complain directly to Chess South Africa, right? But not now, no. Chess South Africa is saying, oh, no. For complaints, you go to your region in your club. But for paying, hey, you come to us directly. And the funny thing is, they haven't even explained what the consequences for not paying are, because now there's like big debates as to what happens if one player doesn't play. Because again, in the discussion here, there was some misleading happening where someone was saying, yeah, if you don't play, if you don't pay your registration fee, our tournaments would not get rated. And if our tournaments don't get rated, it's like, we are killing chess in our region. So in the spirit of rebuilding our chess, let's pay. But no, Chess South Africa did not say that. no. So yeah, we're busy having this discussion. We're discussing this and we are talking about it. And there is this point of saying, isn't it a bit too late now to be talking about discussing obviously the distribution of prizes, and especially of taking away some money from the prizes and now paying it on behalf of the players to Chess South Africa? Because here's the scenario now, right? We already know who the winners are. It's one of the four of us. It's three out of the four of us, because there's only top 3 prizes. Everybody else that is there to voice their opinion, they know that they've already lost their 250. We know it was not a bet. It's not like we were betting there. It's not like we were betting a 250. But now you are presented with an opportunity to save 100 rand of the 250 that you had paid for entry fee. So the opportunity is, we take 100 rand out of the 250 that you have paid, and we pay it to Chess South Africa on your behalf as a player. We'll take out the names of the players that we hear, and then we'll send it in there. And players are like, oh, okay, let's see. That's like that's like a silver lining that we were not even expecting. And like, that's good. So others are claiming that, yeah, but I knew, because when the price and the entry fee was so high, I knew that it meant that there was actually this was a registration tournament, so it meant that we also registered them for Chess South Africa. And Fuma Lucas saying, yes, that's what we normally do in the first tournament. I'm like, no, don't deceive one another. Because now it's like an opportunity for these players is presented, and like they're grabbing it. And this money, this 100 that they're taking now, they're no longer taking it from the players individually. They are taking it from the players who have won the pot. Because there's already players who have won the pot, right? Because we are obviously collecting so that players can actually win money from this. So now saying from the players, it's now involving everybody to have an opinion on the collected prize money. To say, we can actually help you by giving you 100 out of this pot, which was meant to go to these 3 or 4 people. What do you say about that? They were like, oh, everybody would be, everybody would say, yes, me, yes. That's what I was saying. It was a bit too late in the day for that type of discussion. It should have been had maybe after round 2, round 3, when everybody still felt that they had a chance at winning. Because the funny thing was when Muzi Ngambule himself, the head coach of Atlas NHS, was saying, yeah, no, I think it makes sense, because the prices are fine, and the 100 rands can go to the what is this place, to Chess South Africa. That's what normally happens. I think that's the best way. We didn't. It's not like we knew that the money the prize money would be a certain amount. We didn't know what the prize money was going to be. Right? I think he said something like that. Yeah, but anyway, I'm relating a story, so I may be misrepresenting some people, but I am not misrepresenting their intentions. Their intentions are clearly represented. It's how they were in there. So we discuss things, obviously versions of things happening, and the main point of it, because obviously there's a lot that I can say about this. The main point, I think, of this whole issue is that there was a clause or a part of the invitation. That's why I kept saying to these players, you guys don't read. And if you don't read, since you don't read, one day you're going to have whatever happened to what the Kobe said and Calvin Klassen happened to you. Because remember in their episode, they said that in their issue of the Kenton Masters, they said that they were not aware that you were not allowed to have a draw in 30 moves. You're not allowed to have a draw before 30 moves, right? So they have not read the invitation brochure of the event. So like these players are acting, maybe some of them have read it, but now obviously it favors them to be on the other side. But it's clear that they're acting as if they didn't read it. And I'm like, no, you obviously did not read. Because for me, personally, when I saw that there was 250 rand entry fee when we normally have 200 rand, I thought, oh, okay, why? And I read the whole thing just to try and find the reason, the explanation, to say maybe they are paying for us, they're paying for the Chess South Africa fee. But then there is a clause there that says, no, but the players would have to pay for themselves. I'll put it up there for you. Yeah, we are not going to be paying. I'm going to put it up there because I can't remember we wait for it. But I remember it says that we will not be paying on behalf of players to Chess South Africa. Players will pay on their own. You will pay your own Chess registration fee on your own. So it did say so in the invitation of the tournament. And the invitation of the tournament is where we also saw that the 250 rand was the entry fee. So when they're saying that they want to take from us who are there, So I'm asking, what about the other players who were playing? There were some juniors who were playing in the tournament. What about them? Because at some point, Fumi suggested, or otherwise, we just take that. Fumi's suggestion was, we take the 100 rands and we give it back to you as the players. Why are you even giving 100 rands back to the players when the players were paying that 250 rand for the entry fee, knowing that it was going towards the prizes? Why now would you suggest that you give back the hundreds to them? What's the sense in that? And if you're giving them the hundreds, what about the players who are not here? And the juniors, obviously, who also participated. And then I discovered there that, oh, no, the juniors did not pay 250. They paid 100 rand. I'm like, oh, why? Because it did not state in the invitation, again, it didn't say that junior players will pay less. The invitation, it said, open section for players rated 1400 and above, 250 rand entry fee. Why did the junior players who are rated 1400 and above not pay the 250? And again, I'm not against junior players not paying 250, but again, it should be stipulated in the advert, right? That wasn't there. So I'm like, okay, so who's collecting for them then? If you're collecting for us, shouldn't you be collecting as the region? Doesn't the region represent the entire chess community? And are you choosing to represent only us, the adult players, and to take from our entry pocket, our prize fund? Why not represent everybody equally? I'm like, no, the juniors, we've spoken to their teachers, the teachers will collect the money from them and take, it's difficult for the juniors to open the link and register. Like, come on, 2025, juniors, registrations and links, they probably can do these things better than you and me. They're always on their phones. I mean, come on. So I'm like, so he says that. I'm like, I don't buy it, but even whatever type of argument you can come up with would not make sense, because the advert itself, the brochure itself states that we will not be collecting money towards paying for your CHESA registration fee. So I don't know where this comes from. Yeah, and then later on, it comes up that the treasurer, Sengobile Manana, wasn't there. So he says that, this was a discussion we had with some of the organizers when we were sitting or in there, and we decided that we want to take the 100 rands. The treasurer was still playing, and that's why we could not include them in the. So they took financial decisions without involving the treasurer of the region. But anyways, that's an issue for another day. And now I've got so many questions in my head. I'm like, again, why is Mpumalanga leading this discussion when there's a president that was introduced? He's no longer the president of. So why is Mpumalanga Chess now leading the discussions about the event in Ehlanzeni region? I'm thinking, that's crazy. But anyways, so maybe it was Thobeka leading this discussion. Again, that would have been more sensible. But again, it was obviously not an executive committee's decision, not Ehlanzeni Chess executive committee's decision, because there was no executive sitting for it that made that decision. And and at the end, it was decided after like a long argument, like lots of screaming, lots of shouting, lots of pulling back and forth. At some point, they were like, Eddie, but you're the only one that says that says we need to distribute the money amongst the winners. You are the only one, and then you're wrong. I'm like, because I'm the only one does not mean I'm wrong. It's very common for a lot of people, a group of people, not to be sensible. Something called groupthink. I mean, come on, like people go with the crowd a lot of times. And and I just lost confidence to a lot of these players. And again, I lost trust, because you see how selfish people are, especially in moments like this. Because these players were very selfish, because they were ready to take away from the people that had won. They were ready to take away because somebody gave them the authority to do so. Like, you can't trust people, man. Snap. But honestly, you can't trust people. People will use you as long as they've got something to benefit from you. And the moment they can't benefit anything from you, they just chuck you out. That's like, people don't even care about being reasonable. People don't even care about rationality. Like, it's only after round 5, when people already know who the top 3 players are, that we want to discuss how we are distributing the prizes. Because it will not be objective at any point. It will be subjective. Everybody will feel like, will actually look like they're speaking for themselves, because they're in the prizes. And again, we're speaking against something that was written. Now, what's the reasoning in that? What's the rationality in speaking against something that was written just because somebody says, no, it's fine, we can take away, like, you're giving you authority to steal. It's fine because the president said we can steal. It's fine because the president said we can take away, we can be unfair. Then it becomes fair because it's by presidential decree. or deputy presidential degree anyways, but so basically that's basically how it was, and that's how it felt. It was like people don't care about reasoning. So yeah, and at the end, and it's not even like we were even trying to discuss about the money, we were discussing the principle of things. And then now you've got people like for me saying, yeah, the problem is that people are trying to get rich off of one tournament winnings. Like, who said anything about trying to get rich? People people have won, people have finished, have played, people have finished with 4 points. And some people have finished with 2 points. We see you, some with 2.5, we see you 3.5. But why would you now want to make this personal and say, but you can't get rich off of 400 rand, 500 rand? Who said that was the issue? Because the issue is the price distribution. It's being discussed too late. And the impression from most of us was that it's going to be from the port. But anyways, so yeah, I think there are many things that are confusing. Are we supposed to like, seriously, are regions now supposed to collect from the players on behalf of Chesa or not? What's your opinion on that? Is it okay for players to pay directly to Chesa and yet not be allowed to have it, to complain directly to Chesa about any issue that they may have regarding their chess federation, the chess clubs, the issues with chess itself, Chess South Africa itself, in fact? So the parents and players are not allowed to raise issues and raise concerns with Chesa directly, even when Chesa is the one on the wrong, but they have to pay directly with Chesa. Is that okay in your opinion? Are federations now supposed to what do we call this? Override, in fact, the statement by Chess South Africa to say players must pay directly to them and take it over and pay directly for and pay on behalf of players? In that point, I'm thinking it's fine if the federations want to do that on behalf of players. But they should state it. They should let players know that we're going to be collecting on behalf of, and this is how we're going to be collecting. Because after I said that this is not the right time to be collecting this money, everybody's like throwing it at me now. Yeah, Eddie, so if you're saying that we're not collecting now, when are you saying we should collect? When are you saying we should get the money? What if we don't get it after? I was like, whoa, I'm not saying I accept your problems. I'm just saying this is not the way to solve it. I'm not trying to accept, I'm not taking over the problems of Ehlanzeni Chess, that obviously Ehlanzeni Chess is taking over from Chess South Africa. Because my opinion now in this matter is that it is not Ehlanzeni Chess problem. But if Ehlanzeni Chess wants to take the problem, adopt it, they are free to do so. But they must be ready and have a strategy of how to do it. Not adopt a problem that is not theirs and then want to throw it at players as a problem still. You see what I mean? Because players are rejecting the suggestion that they had for solving it. Chess South Africa has decided to make the collection of entries their own problem by not including federations, because they should have stated that federations, what, do they not trust federations now? Do they not trust regions now? Because that's, you would laugh at some of the things that were being said there. Like, now we've got 9,000 rands that we need to pay to Mpumalanga Chess as Ehlanzeni. How are we going to collect that if we don't take? That's not the issue. The issue is the way you went about it, the communication. It was not clear. You did not communicate in time that you're going to be collecting this money from the players. And even so, you are letting us know only after we all already know who the winners are. You're making it personal. And on top of that, there's a statement in the advertisement of the tournament that states that you will not be collecting money or towards Chess South Africa. Why now does it seem like we're the ones making a problem out of, we are being against the federation, we are being against the structure, we are not trying to work with people in trying to solve problems? No! We want to work with people in trying to solve problems, but don't try to create problems where there are not problems. Work with us now in trying to organize a team to go to Moja Extravaganza. Let's have an official team representing Ehlanzeni Chess in the Moja Extravaganza. Or let's have a common transport or whatever. Like, you see, if the executive is committed to working with players, do something that benefit the players. And I see there's a lot of tournaments that are coming, that are happening, that are lined up. We've got a very beautiful calendar. That's something that benefits the players, and we love the federation for that. But not just surprise us with some decisions to take from us and then, hey, yeah, But anyways, I'll be happy to hear some of your opinions. I mean, if you want to attack me, feel free. Like, I don't know, people who are looking to make names from, but anyways, I've lost trust. Like, I've kept on we know people who kept on saying, Justice, Ripenga, Masinga, you kept on saying, yeah, chess teaches you logic. I'm like, from that discussion, logic went out the window. But we all know, like, when emotions are involved, logic jumps out. It's like, we can't stay in the same room together. So that's basically what was happening. But anyway, that's the story. And thank you for watching till the end. Good evening. It's Chess and Wine. But anyway, take note of my performance on that day and know that I'm a player. And you, Malibongo, also, you kept on saying, there's no longer chess and wine. It's just wine. There's no chess here. Like, there's no chess in me. I showed you. You see, that was the point of it, to show you that there's a lot of chess here. Good night. Ha!